Oh my goodness, I am here. Gyepi evening everyone. Hi Chainsaw, hi Ri, thank you for being here. Hi Baba, hello. I am finally resurfaced once again. I did face many sleep issues sadly, so I did not feel at all like streaming with that kind of groggy mood, as I would not have as much energy as I tend to have and as I would want to have during my live streams, because I want them to be quality-wise as good as I can do them. I want to pour all my energy into them. So yeah, I'm finally back after having a bad hour schedule sleep, but still it was a good sleep as in I rested well, so it's goodie. Today we're going to play Camp W, which is a summer themed camp themed game, a point and click one and visual novel. Like from what I saw, it seems to be comfy enough. So yeah, we're gonna play that one today. I hope you have been doing well. A Gyepi evening, a Gyepi day, a Gyepi afternoon, a Gyepi morning, whatever Gyepi may be working for you cinnamon buns. The Gyepi Fox is finally here once again. Okay. Please let me know if the microphone sounds goody, if the game audio levels are goody, so we can start. Okay. There we go. Camp W. It's the first time I'm playing this game, and I was very curious for it, actually, for quite a while, so let's see what it is about. Oh, so pretty. A profusely illustrated tale of friendship and mystery by ⴰᴇ. Settings. I'm curious. Okay. Music, volume, sound effects. Okay. How do I get back? Okay, over here. Oh, it's goodie. New game. Oh. Lysander or Lilandra? Oh, they're both looking so cute, but I'm gonna pick Lilandra, Lil, or Lai. Looks so good already. I love these graphics. We're gonna keep the name Lil. I like it. We're ready to start. Let's go! Oh. It's the last day of the school year at Coventry Middle School, home of the Brewers. Go Brewers! As I was saying, it's the last day of school here in Coventry, capital city of the witching realm, where the powerful witches living here are cast into a secret separate realm for their own safety or for the safety of the humans they once lived amongst. Who's to say? I forgot to turn off all of the notifications from my phone. Sorry, not sorry. Be right back. In a while. Okay, there I am. Everything is set. Sorry about that. Were the powerful witches living here cast into a secret separate realm for their own safety or for the safety of the humans they once lived amongst? Who's to say? Well, as the narrator, I guess I'm to say, but I'm not telling just yet. This is only the beginning of the story that comes toward. Can I get like 2 seconds to set this up without another interruption? Okay. Sheesh. Today, Coventry's magical middle school is abuzz with young witches and warlocks, sorcerers and spellcasters, eager to begin their summer vacation finally free from the shackles of education. And how do the young witches of the Coventry Middle School spend their summers? Why at which summer camp? Of course! A wondrous place where sorcerer legends are told over purple campfires, spell pranks are cast, and lasting friendships are formed. It's a rite of passage for all witches, all except one witch, that is... you, Lil. Instead of getting to spend your summer bedazzling cauldrons and playing Ogre Ball, you get to stay home and practice your spells, like you do every year. A famous witch once said, practice makes potion. That famous witch is your mom. One day you may just be the realm's next best potion crafter if you can keep up with your mother's high standards. No pressure or anything. Hey, that's me. Cute. Oh. The other kids emerge in goggles and cliques and bolt down the steps of the school, laughing as they rush into their summer vacations at light speed, but not you. You may have just finished the 7th grade, but today your apathy is operating at a 10th grade level. As far as your witch of a mother, Mila, is concerned, you haven't earned the right to relax. You barely got by with B's at school this year, so this summer, like every other summer, will be spent getting ahead in your alchemy studies. As you cross the courtyard, a tiny orange squirrel dive bombs down from a tree overhead and lands in your hands. Squirrel, oh my goodness. A fatty squirrel, that is. Hi, why so glum? What, did you sit on your wand again? And there appears the squirrel. Yeah, Nugget, my familiar small squirrel, big heart, even bigger attitude. Okay. If you soak a half pound of fluff in distilled sauce extract and then cast a spell bringing it to life, you'd have Nugget. You know why, Nugget? Every year my classmates go off to summer camp, and every year Mom makes me stay home and practice my craft. Look at the bright side, every year you get to spend summer with me. When I think about it, I feel sorry for all those other kids and their nuggetless summers. Anyway, Gyepi is waiting on us to hit up the orchard on the edge of town so she can make some of her famous summertime brandy wine. You know I can't carry all of those pilfered fruits on my own. Nugget has been the family familiar for 3 generations, passed down from your grandmother Gyepi to your mother Mila and finally to you. I don't want to say that Nugget is old, but he's still sore over not getting credit for the invention of peanut butter. Running will only get me home faster, why rush? Mommy's just gonna ambush me with her yearly summer study plan as soon as I walk through the door. Her standards are impossible to meet. Everyone else goes off and has fun together all summer, while I'm inside for 2 months, picking the ice out of dead frogs. Living with Mila can be a thrill. If anyone knows that, it's me, but I survive it, and so will you. You can let one witch with a broomstick up her butt ruin your whole summer. And you gotta admit her potion-making skills can be quite useful. She hooked me up with a slimming serum, and I must say, I'm looking good. Nugget strikes a pose that shows off his figure. He looks like an orange grew a head and tail, but go with it. Yes, I do have emotes. Are they available to use now for those that are not subscribed or subscription only just yet? Because in the end I figured out what is the issue. It is not a past removed emote. It is the fact that I have not streamed yet for 60 times after my affiliate has been reached. I hope you enjoy my emotes. I believe they're quite cute. They're realized by Cheng-mi, the artist that digitalized the art for the model that is gonna upcome, I believe, in winter. Nugget strikes a pose that shows off his figure. He looks like an orange grew a head and tail, but go with it. Okay, I'll show you good looking. I'm better on my own. I just want my summer back. I'll show you good looking. You think you look good? Check this out. Goodness. You hold Nugget out in front of you and spin in a circle, displaying the interesting outfit you put together this morning. Nugget clutches your hands as the centrifugal force nearly sends him flying. And I put it together all by myself. Don't take this the wrong way, but I might be sick. Sick from the spinning, that is. Great outfit though. Runway caliber stuff, really. I'm just saying, you might wanna open your eyes next time you're picking out an outfit. I kid because I love. In no time at all, Coventry Middle School is a ghost town. Everyone is probably picking out their bunks by now. Let's get home, I'm sure it won't be as bad as you think. And when it's actually worse, you can stay in and do my lesson plans while I sneak out into town. Be right back, Cinnamon Buns, I'm gonna fill the water bottle. Sorry about that, Cinnamon. Sorry about that. Had a bit of problems on the way to take the water, but now I'm here with no more delays, with no more pauses. I'm here. Water. Okay. Refreshing. And when it's actually worse, you can stay in and do my lesson plans while I sneak out into town. When you arrive at home, the whole house is buzzing with activity. Woo! As you and Nugget walk into the kitchen, workers whiz out past you, hustling cameras and lighting equipment out of the room. Looks like your mom is wrapping up the new season of her show taping for Potion TV. For someone who insists she doesn't even watch television, she sure is on a lot of it. At least she should be distracted enough that we can grab a snack and get out of here without her noticing. You try and keep a low profile by ducking behind a costume rack while Nugget raises the fridge, but a pesky production assistant comes by and rolls it away, leaving you exposed. You're home early! It's not your mom, it's her mom, your grandmother, Gyepi. Grandma! Everyone calls her Gyepi because when you were little you couldn't pronounce 괰ᴏᴍᴍᴜᴜ, our name even by which standards? If they're just going to let everyone out early on the last day of school, why even have it at all? Gyepi, the best hugger in Coventry. Okay. Right, that's what I'm saying. But then you wouldn't emerge into a beautifully sunny summer day. Starting your vacation at the end of the day will be so anticlimactic. I think this way is much better. Perhaps the school district should stick to teaching and leave the poetic send-offs to someone else? Oh, hi, Mom. So much for going unnoticed. They're quite different. The mother, Gyepi, and us? Goodness. Okay, where is Mom? Mila and Gyepi. My mom, the super witch, and her mom, the best hugger in Coventry. Quite different vibes to them, but since you're home early, I can use this soundboard before it gets packed up for the day. Mila reaches down and presses a button. A loud fartness resonates through the room. What? Was that the squirrel? Oops, wrong button. Why do we even have that button? Oh, okay, that was the button. Mila pushes another button. Ominous, suspenseful music begins to play. Mila's eyes lock onto you, and in her best game show voice, she says, "There's a carnivorous plant." Lil, are you ready to test your potion crafting skills? Pop quiz on the first day of summer? I think you've set some sort of new record, Mila. Oh, lighten up, it's just a little game. I won't apologize for trying to make learning fun. Apparently your Gyepi would like to see you late around all summer like a lamp. That or she just loves me. One or the other, but who can tell? Love is looking out for your future by pushing you to be the best you can be. Are you sure you're not confusing love with military school? If I let you fall behind on your studies, that wouldn't be love at all. Then we'd all just be a bunch of dull humans. Don't fill the poor child's head with this nonsense about humans. They're not dull, they're just not witches. Our craft makes us different, but it doesn't make us better. Now it's Mila getting the lecture, and it clearly isn't sitting well. If your mother really wants to teach you something, she should give a lesson in eye rolls, which she is a masterful at. I don't get it, Lil. When you were younger, I couldn't keep you away from my garden, picking herbs and inventing little portions of your own. I saw myself in you, always excited to learn. It was so adorable. Oh, so she wants us to be like her. But as soon as you hit middle school, you apparently got way too cool for your family, and your grimoire hasn't seen a new recipe written in it in ages. What happened to that little witch I used to know? Mila, you can drop the dramatics, the cameras already got packed up. Nobody wants to be a little witch forever. Lil, if you want a break, I say you take one. We'll be here for you whenever you need us. Gyepi gives you an extra long hug, but when she lets you go, Mila is still there, arms crossed, waiting for you to step up to her challenge. You know that even if you put it off, she won't let this go. It's like it's every summer. Fine, let's just get on with it already. Mila holds her hands apart in front of her and quietly recites a short spell. A sudden thunder pierces night as a magic wonder, wild affright as witches see. The second sight I call the moon to show her light. The lights overhead change position and point directly at the cauldron in the center of the room, which is already bubbling and smoldering. I've arranged a little experiment using ingredients left over from today's shoot. The potion in front of you is nearly complete. It needs only one additional ingredient to be finished, and which were their weight in woodbine should be able to tell what it is and what it needs. So are you up to the challenge? 3 ingredients sit on the counter in front of you. You carefully examine the bubbling cauldron. A slightly sweet smell wafts out from it, but you're not entirely sure what exactly it smells like. Your mind has drawn a complete blank. All you can think of is the summer sun shining down on happy kids as they arrive at camp. It could be a health potion, which would need spit of newt, but it could also be a sleeping potion awaiting velvet leaf extract. Or maybe it's a love potion missing its tears of the furlore. Blah! There's no log. Okay, but you're not really sure. I cannot see the past text. It seems love potion, sleeping potion, or health potion. Eeny, meeny, miny, moo. Health potion. It's just a guess, but you figured this must be a health potion with a jiku. So say you reach for a bottle of spit of newt, one of the more common elements in household potion crafting. You let a couple drops out of the bottle and then step back. As you watch, the potion begins to churn, boiling faster and faster until it bubbles over. But then it goes still and the smell of the new potion is less than awesome. That's not it. Nauseous fumes fill the room as the potion spills out and covers the floor with a sticky sludge. It flopped. Gyepi winces for a moment, then comes over, walking carefully so not to sleep, and gives you a hug. It was supposed to be a pot of calm water, but all you managed to make was a hot mess. Did I ever tell you about the time your mother accidentally crashed her broom into the neighbor's house? Punched a hole clear through the dining room wall. You could watch them eat dinner from the chair on her porch until it got fixed a week later. I'm not sure what that has to do with anything. That you were not perfect either. Don't be daft, we all make mistakes is all. True, that's true, and we have to be prepared to clean up when we make a mess. As if you sparkled Mr. Spencer's wall yourself, you took it out of my allowance, which took months to... This isn't about me. Alright, I think we've quit enough for today. Lil, why don't you and Nugget take a walk and cool down a bit? It's beautiful outside. I need to get started on a celebratory summer feast. Maybe you'd like to pick some flowers for a centerpiece? Anything to be out of here? As you make your way into the quiet woods of Coventry, your house recedes into the background. A thick layer of leafy cover creates a shady path to walk among trees. Can you believe her? Who gives their kid a pop quiz on the last day of school? That was pretty rough. I wouldn't worry too much about it too. Gyepi has your back. There's a woman who really appreciates the sanctity of summer. It's not just about today, it's all the time. I thought that once Mom got really busy with her talk show, her line of beauty products and the subscription potion delivery box she just launched, that she'd be busy enough to leave me alone. Apparently not though. Beneath your feet you follow a faint path. Down a trail you've walked with Gyepi on many summer afternoons like this. All my life I've been doing what she wants me to do. I want to forge my own path, make my own friends. You stop in your tracks, turn 90 degrees and start heading in a new direction just like that. And immediately, the sky grows a little darker and the woods get a little quieter. Watch out, Ward, it's my time! Nugget eyes the shadows in the distance and decides to hop up onto your shoulder. At least it is until it's dinner time. That's my time. Their expression. As you walk, you see a big mushroom growing on top of a dead old root. You decide that its shape and color look enough like your mother that it's no longer welcome in these woods. You step up, tee off, and kick it towards a big pile of leaves a few yards in front of you. Your arm is right on point, but before you can be too impressed with your budding sports skills, you're surprised to see the shroom bounce right back out of the pile and land at your feet. Did you see that, Nugget? Your fine kicking form? I did. You really showed that mushroom who's boss. But if you mean that odd bounce, I've dived into my fair share of leaf piles, and that's not how they usually work. You hesitantly approach the pile and realize that it's definitely not a normal formation. The whole thing is held together with fine silk, almost invisible unless looked at from the exact right angle. Who put this here? Possibly the worst naked spider. This isn't the best disguise. If someone were trying to hide something out here, I wonder why they wouldn't use an obscuring spell to cover it up. I suppose that if you wanted to hide something from another magic user, you might want to do it the old-fashioned way, so they couldn't sense it. You can't really counter a pile of leaves with a magic spell, but maybe it's just not that important. I guess they won't mind us checking it out then. Some things are best left. Before Nugget can dispense too much wisdom, you tug on the silk string, and it snaps. Twigs and leaves fall to the ground, uncovering an old stone altar. Above rocks sits in front of you, carefully stuck into a beautiful little table. Moss cascades down the sides, as if it has been part of these woods for a long time. Ancient antlers adorn the top. Odd beds and amulets hang from its points. On the surface of the table, among some melted candles, are 3 objects. It smells smoky, as if freshly burned. Some sort of offering? Looks more like a raccoon's yard sale. Either way, we shouldn't touch it. Maybe not, but at least I have a very nimble lookout who can tell me if anyone is coming. Yeah, fine, but please be careful. If you touch anything, there's some hand sanitizer in your bag. Nugget sighs, collects himself, and then takes off, scurrying up a nearby tree. In front of you sits a lock of hair, a small purple flower, and a gold locket. That's strange. Which item would you like to examine? Oh, her. This one. The locket is small and delicate with ornate carving on the outer gold shell. It has a clasp, but it's already slightly open when you find it, so you open it up the rest of the way. When you look inside, you see that one half has a faded photo cut out in it. Is this our mother? While the other is empty, based on the yellow pattern of the photo, you guess that it's very old. The face in the photo is that of a beautiful young woman with some outrageous earrings. As you stare into her eyes, you're taken over by a crazy idea. She actually looks, well, a lot like me. Nugget comes down from the trees to get a look. He sticks his little nose right up to the locket and examines it. I can see where you're coming from, she really does. Is that the excuse you're going to use when you pocket someone else's locket? I wasn't going to steal it! I was just going to take it home to show to Gyepi. You know, she'd get a kick out of this, and maybe she could help me find the owner with a tracer spell. A slightly better excuse, but just slightly. You look over your shoulder, but the forest around you is still and quiet, as you slide the little locket into a secret pocket in your bag. It shouldn't be out here alone. I'm going to take good care of it. I wouldn't want it to get stolen. Which item would you like to examine? The flower. A small purple flower sits at the center of the display. It's star-shaped with a faint amber glow at its center. While it looks delicate with long thin petals, the edges of each petal are razor sharp. It's not a bloom that you're familiar with. You hold it to your nose, but don't pick up any specific fragrance. Hi Nugget, you ever see a flower like this? Am I supposed to be keeping watch, or am I supposed to be helping you solve mysteries? Squirrels, right? As you turn the flower in your hand, one of the sharp edges catches your fingertip. Ouch! A single drop of blood falls from your finger onto the stone surface below. It sizzles and pops. You hold your hand out to feel for warmth, but it's totally cool. When you look at your fingertip, it didn't even leave a mark. While this sounds very spooky, you're a witch after all. In this realm, it's actually not that weird, so you just shrug it off. I suppose if this flower was important, they wouldn't have left it in the woods. Besides, I'm sure they can just grow more. You place the flower into your bag, careful not to catch it on your finger again. Which item would you like to examine? Only the hair is left. Ew! You gently lift the lock of hair off of the stone surface. A ribbon is wrapped around it, but it might not even need that because it seems to be held together with some kind of wax or pomade. The end is charred, and as you put it close to your nose, you determine this is definitely the source of the smoky smell, in addition to a lettering mask. Oh, his nostrils smells a bit like an old man, the kind who might wave a pipe around in the air while telling stories that start with "back in my day." Once you've gotten a good look, you set it down and wipe your fingers off on a leaf. Having looked at everything on the altar, you stand in the woods. and contemplate what it all might mean. Now that you've fully desecrated someone else's altar and taken their things, maybe we should think about heading home. What's the big rush? Maybe while we're here, I should cast a spell that finally frees me from another homeschooled summer. You could even concoct a cauldron of calm water. I don't think you've got the chops to manipulate time and space. A two-squirrel? No one in this family respects me, not even a little. You're in middle school. The only people who respect you are in elementary school. That's true. For every other kid, this is supposed to be the best day of the year next to Witchmas. But no, not for Lil. As you shout, leaves begin to swirl around your feet. Spend your whole life studying so that you can be the greatest witch in the realm, and for what? To boss your kids around someday? To get your face printed on a billboard so everyone knows how great you are? That's not the type of witch I ever want to be. I want to get out of here and become my own witch. Hey kiddo, you really gotta chill. This is probably not the place to... In a fit of rage, you slam your fist down on the altar, and as you do, energy radiates outward through the woods, shaking every tree around you. The altar shocks you and sends you backwards. We do be angry. You slam against a tree and your vision goes black. Psst. When you open your eyes, a beautiful shimmering portal stands open before you, crackling with an immense power. Are you seeing this? You mean that hole in the fabric of our reality? Or that funny-looking caterpillar over there? Of course I'm seeing this. We gotta go now. This is not good. This is very bad. Shh. As if looking out a window, you can see another scene beyond, through the portal in front of you. On the other side are woods, much like the ones around you, but filled with different trees, plants, and flowers. You stare through, waiting for something to happen, but nothing does. As you extend your hand, you can feel warmth coming through. While the forest around you has grown cold, it seems much nicer. On the other side, it's lush and green and glowing. Oh, you definitely better use the hand sanitizer after that. I need to know what it is. But do you, though? You take a deep breath and... Could you not? But you do. You reach through the portal and hold out your open hand. A beam of sunlight lands in your palm. I have a really good feeling about this. Famous last words. You should be terrified, but the warmth just feels so nice and makes it easy to forget. You stand and soak in the feeling. Suddenly you're much happier than you were a moment ago. But when you try and pull your hand out, it's stuck. You plant your feet firmly and pull back, but it won't give. You pull harder, and this time something pulls back. Nugget! It won't let go! Nugget hops down and pulls at your leg, but to no effect. The portal swirls faster and yanks you right off your feet and through head first, squirrel companion and all. Open your eyes, you're going to want to see this! You come to in a beautiful forest, the likes of which you've never seen before, except maybe in a picture book. It's so sunny in here. This is going to be one of those kinds of adventures, eh? The ones punctuated by head injuries. You brush off Nugget's remark, as well as some dirt from your fall, and collect yourself as you get back to your feet. Hey, no! Don't go, little portal! Around you is a serene woodsy scene. Birds chirp, and a warm breeze blows by you. Awesome! Not awesome. A portal home would be awesome. Do you see a portal home? I don't see a portal home. I didn't pack for a trip. Please tell me you brought food. Oh, why didn't I stop you? You dig around in your bag and find a lanyard with a safety whistle tied to it that your mother gave you once. Technically, I think this counts as an emergency, although normally emergencies aren't so warm and serene. Not sure this is what Mom meant, but... You tie the lanyard around a tree branch and leave the whistle dangling over the spot on which you arrived. I don't think you're using that right. This way we'll know where that portal was. I'm sure we can figure out how to open it later. Now you're some kind of survivalist. Psh! Nugget scurries into your bag and closes it behind him. It hums with the vibrations of a tiny squirrel shaken up by bad decisions. Oh, they're butterflies. I enjoy these tiny animated features here. They are small but important, very colorful. Ouch! You could have given me some warning that you stuck that weirdly sharp altar flower in here. No! Poor Nugget. Speaking of the altar, there's no sign of it or anything else that resembles the witching realm in any way. You know, Once you get over the wall for an environment full of unknown dangerous thing, this place is actually quite pleasant. We're supposed to be on a walk anyhow, might as well explore a bit, right? A string of unintelligible muttering leaks out of your bag. You close the zipper to quiet it and begin your walk towards the edge of the forest where you see a nearby clearing. The woods open up and reveal a quaint little grouping of cabins soaking up the daylight not too far away. A stream of decidedly unmagical kids are making their way across the lawn, headed over from a nearby parking lot. They're lining up in front of a building marked camp center. This is not Coventry. Nugget pops his head out to survey this scene. How far did you walk? I just walked out of the woods the same way we came in, but I don't think we're in Coventry anymore. Hey, I just said that. You had to reach into that portal, didn't you? He's so annoyed at us. Do you think... Go with me. It's at all possible that we just traveled out of the witching realm and into the human realm? Don't they always say that the two are separate yet intertwined? This is me not making a comment about how you probably should have paid more attention in school like your mother always said. Ignore the comment Nugget didn't just make. It just feels so familiar, like we didn't travel at all, but here we are. And these kids, they don't look especially magical, but they don't seem so bad otherwise. Is inter-realm travel possible? Sure, likely. Come on, the amount of power it will take to move between the realms will be impossible for you to pull off. I don't think that even Gadget and your mom combined could do that. Pick true, maybe, was true. That kind of thing only happens in movies and comic books. You take a second to consider having more magical power than the rest of your family combined, and the size of the resulting ear-to-ear smile almost breaks your face. Then I guess you should start calling me Sorcerer Lil, Wanderer of Realms, Maker of Portals, Ignorer of Squirrels. I prefer Maker of Portals. Alright, Portal Maker, so you brought us to the human realm. Now what? Just then, one of the human kids walks past you, strumming a ukulele. First day of summer camp, it's finally here. Me, those school blues, time to disappear. Sun on my back, hope I see it soon. Gotta get started on my afternoon. I'm at camp, ᴄᴏᴍᴍᴜ. The oddball ukulele kid joins a line of campers, intrigued you follow his siren song. I'm at camp, ᴄᴏᴍᴍᴜ. Sid, singer, songwriter, social provocateur. Okay. Now that's a human song, if I've ever heard one, and which would know that a swig of eau de tune would fix his pitch right up. Well, I think it's quite enthusiastic. You've gotta give him that. Shh, we're up. I'm sorry, but who are you? The line moved quicker than you expected, and now you're at the front. Same before you, clipboard in a hand, is a smartly dressed girl with a very serious expression. She stares blankly at you. She seems to not be very trustful of us. And angry, you stare blankly back. I think you might be in the wrong place. I'm Ruby, and this is sign-in for Camp ᴄᴏᴍᴍᴜ Campers. Maybe I've been too enthusiastic, voicing her out. Camp with self-appointed expert and most spirited camper. Ruby. Okay. Camp what now? Camp? Camp! As in summer fun, kids bonding, no mom inside, honest to goodness summer camp? Of course it is, and I'm here for exactly that reason, to sign into camp. Subtle cover-up job. You should not get down into your bag so that no one notices the talking squirrel you brought with you. You're not sure if they have talking squirrels in this realm, but just to be on the safe side. Well, then you must be on this list of new campers. Obviously, I'd remember you if you were here last summer, or any of the past 5 summers before. You played as cool as you possibly can, which isn't super cool, but hey, it's what you got. Psh, obviously. The name is Lil. Ruby doesn't so much as look down at her clipboard before responding. Thank you for the hydrate redeem, Baba. Thank you, thank you. All healthy and hydrated. Maybe not all healthy, but at the very least hydrated. Okay. Ruby doesn't so much as look down at her clipboard before responding. Not on the list. But you didn't even check it. I don't need to. I've already committed every name on this list to memory in preparation for today, from Armand to Zevjer. I wonder if we're gonna do a magic and make our name appear? Let me apologize on behalf of Rudy. She takes her job very seriously, a little too seriously, I'd say. Which is odd considering nobody asked her to do it. Oh, she's blushing. No one needs to ask me to have camp spirit. As the longest running camp ᴄᴏᴍᴍᴜ camper, I think I'm uniquely qualified to decide what is and is not in the spirit of camp. You've only been here one summer longer than me, first of all. Secondly, everyone knows that the only way to properly quantify camp spirit is by counting badges, which I have an extensive collection of. Meanwhile, Sid over here couldn't earn a badge if he jumped up and stitched itself to his lazy butt. Stop staring at my butt, Ruby! As Ruby's entire body is overtaken by a new shade of dark red, Sid smiles big and tosses you a wink. I know why you bother with this ritual every year. It's not like anyone has ever tried to sneak into summer camp before. How would that even work? Well, it worked. What? You just happen to show up at a remote campground on exactly the first day and decide on a whim to lie about who you are so that you can spend the whole summer hiding out? Yeah, so ridiculous. I'm just going to go over there to find my registration form and clear this up. You take a step to the side to get your story straight before Ruby recovers. Well, it was fun while it lasted, but it looks like they're onto us. Maybe we should use this opportunity to slip back out to the woods and find our way home. But we just got here, and I've always wanted to go to summer camp besides. Aren't you the slightest bit curious about the human realm? Yeah, I'm curious what they do to uninvited witches and talking squirrels. You heard that, kid. They don't expect anyone to sneak in, which is exactly what we want. They'll never see it coming. Now's the perfect time to put some of my crafting abilities to use. Luckily, I've got a bunch of ingredients still in my bag that we can use. Mom says I need to work on my magic? Psh, I'll show her. You dig around in your bag for specific ingredients that you know are in there somewhere. After a second, you've collected 3 things. A bit of bird seed, a few dried sky flower petals, and... Nugget, let me see your paw. Sacrificing me to get out of trouble is a trick you can only pull once, you know. You're safe, I promise. Just put out a paw real quick. You scrape off a bit of dirt from under Nugget's nail. I need some dirt, but I'm not sure if human realm dirt will do. You rub the dirt, bird seed, and crumbled up flower petals together and casually sprinkle it on the ground. You devious little witch! Got his own super speed bird feeder philo trick? Interesting idea, but I'm not completely sure if the animals of this realm will react to a fall weather spell the same way as they do back home. All you need to do is trace the sigil in your grimoire to cast the spell and find out. Birdie! As soon as the seed hits the ground, an entire flock of birds begins circling overhead. A second later, there are so many birds that they nearly block out the sun. It works right! That spell was supposed to attract a few birds, not all the birds. This can't end well. You rejoin Ruby and Sid, who are staring up in amazement at the churning cloud of birds overhead. And then, the pop starts. A huge glob of heat lands right on Ruby's head and drips down her perfectly pressed shirt. She looks at it in stunned silence. The next poop splashes right onto the sign-in sheet. There's no time for procedure now, we're under attack! Did I just get pooped on? We're all gonna get pooped on if we don't transfer it. I thought he was gonna sing, actually. Ruby holds the clipboard over her head like an umbrella, and a hail of bird bombs destroys the sign-in sheet. We're so nauseous, look at us. This is not how my summer was supposed to begin. And Ruby's blushing, goodness. Ruby books it for the building behind her, leaving Sid and you to fend for yourselves. It'll be safe back at the bank, follow me. You arrive at 2 banks, one for the girls and one for the boys, connected by an adjoining deck. Seems pretty quiet still. Usually most people are here by now, but maybe they're just off doing something else. I'm going to see if Norm has set up shop in the dining hall yet. You wanna come? I'm going to get settled, I think. Thanks for your help with that girl. That's just Ruby's way. She means well, I think. Or at least, I've always assumed she does. Maybe not, though. And I'm Sid, by the way. Smell ya later. Sid marches off toward the dining hall singing to himself as he goes. 'Cause birds like us, baby, we were born to poop. Why aren't there more songs about the loyalty of squirrels? Before Nugget can switch the conversation back to himself, you hear the voices of more cumbers inside the nearby banks and reflexively reach over to stuff him back down into your bag. Yeah, I know the drill. I promise to only do this when I think you run the risk of embarrassing me and or blowing up this entire operation. Reassuring, a girl you haven't seen before steps out of one of the bunks and nearly bumps right into you. I really love this art style, it's so comfy. No outlines, just warm colors, full of greenery, and the laundry is done. Many details here, pretty. Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't looking where I was going. I'm new in this summer, so I guess I can use the excuse of not really knowing the layout. I'm Sophie. She looks cute. Okay, Sophie. But wait, is she a witch? The other new kid at camp, though it feels like I've known her forever. What's that? I'm Sophie. I'm still figuring the place out too. Don't even worry about it. Oh wow, so you're another new camper like I am. It seems like everyone else already knows each other. They've already got the beds all divvied up, with their names carved underneath them. First ever day at Camp Honest, practically my first hour. I definitely don't have a bed picked out yet. I don't know if I believe you. She leans in close, focusing in on your eyes in a way that makes you a little uncomfortable, though you do your best not to show it. I've already noticed that people at summer camps are oddly obsessed with pranks. You're sure you haven't been coming here your entire life? Pretty positive. You don't have any older brothers or sisters who go here? I'm an only child actually, and your parents didn't meet for the first time at Camp W, fall in love, get married on the kickball field, have the reception in the dining hall, and give birth to a year later in the infirmary? Nope, that was a lot of details. Hi Rin, hi. How are you doing? Blessed be, I'm so glad I'm not the only one. The classic honk. Pretty good. That's very nice to know. Wait, I wanna set up the alerts to be louder. Usual routine of mine. Let's see. Okay, this should work. Oh, sir, which stuff? Blessed be is a thing we say sometimes, like, thank goodness or amen. Hold on, did she just say which stuff? Hold on, did you just say which stuff? I promise not to put any bad spells on you. Every time I mention that I practice, people think I'm going to put a spell on them. I'm sorry, but that's not my thing. If I want somebody to do my homework or fall in love with me or whatever, I'll just convince them by using my personality. I am charming. It's just that my personal spirituality is based around nature and the earth, so I've always been drawn to witchcraft. Also, black cats are the best, so being a witch has that going for it too. Actually, I prefer talking squirrels. Talking squirrels? You're pulling my leg, aren't you? No, never mind, that was just a stupid joke. Me? A joke? Before you get too far off track, you steer back to the revelation that torped your jaw just a month before. So you're a witch? A witch that does witchcraft? Yes. Oh jeez, you must think I'm crazy. Actually, she got pink nail polish. I just noticed that. So stylish. It's just the system of beliefs that resonates with me the most. It's about staying true to yourself, you know. It's not like I have an animal familiar who follows me around or a giant cauldron in the middle of my kitchen or something. Oh snap. Sometimes people can be a little, well, I guess I'll be nice and say people can be a little uncomfortable about my beliefs, but I get a vibe from you. I don't think I have to worry about being made fun of for being a witch. Not by you, I feel it. Maybe later I can tell you more about witchcraft, I mean, if you want. That would be really cool of you. A loud boom erupts inside one of the cabins in front of you. You'll see a flash and some smoke rising up from the opposite side of the building. What's going on? The door of the girls' bunk bursts open. A young woman comes storming out. Twins! Is it just me, or are twins always plotting things? What other reason could two people have for making up a secret language? Piper. I never trust any twin ever again. I don't trust one twin, and I definitely don't trust two twins. Not after putting up with this pair. Hi, Name's Piper. I'm one of the head counselors. Are you two twins? I think we're a bit different too. Girl's head counselor, I wouldn't mess with her. No. Good, keep it that way. With that proclamation, Piper spins around and goes back into the bunk. I wonder what she has against twins. I can think of two good reasons. She must be talking about Ella and Ezzy. They're back in the girls' bunk, destroying all of Piper's personal electronics. Come in and see for yourself. Oh, inside the bunk it looks pretty calm considering the small explosion that you just heard. Things in the human realm seem so normal but also so not. I'm not quite sure we understand the problem. If you got your spare battery, that means you have a primary battery. I told you my regular battery died. I only had my spare battery. However, if you require something all the time, they look evil. Then by definition, it cannot be called a spare. At that point, why bother with additional descriptor? Just call it my battery. The twins. Ella and Ezzy. A highly volatile mix of curiosity and capacity multiplied by 2. Obviously we wouldn't tamper with your battery. We know how important power is. It literally powers everything. But a spare? I swear it has barely been half of one day and your little twin routine is already wearing him. You can confuse me by splitting your sentences in half. Or maybe you can sometimes, but I don't have to like it. You took my spare battery, used it in one of your cookie twin genius science experiments, blew it up, and now my phone is dead and I can't get to my texts? I suppose small miscalculations were made all around. Sometimes when you innovate, you make mistakes. It is best to admit them quickly and get on with improving your other innovations. Steve Jobs said that. You two stay here. I'm going to go see if they're hiring at the phone factory because right now anything would be a step up for me. Before you have a chance to try to formally introduce yourself again, Piper is gone. Oh no, don't worry, we'll get her a new battery before she returns and it hold twice the charge. Oh, so they do care after all about the prank they pulled. They're not that evil as I thought. They look at pretty Susie first, with their facial expressions. Is this supposed to be Pink Panther, or is it just a Pinky Bear or a monkey? She's not even technically supposed to be using her phone while she's at camp. Nobody is counselors or campers. But rules are made to be broken, aren't they? That's Ezzy, by the way. And this is Ella. Hi, I'm Lil. Just so you know, the explosion wasn't an accident, it was a distraction. We're extremely careful with flammables, honest. We're twins. When Ella and Ezzy speak at the same time, their voices sync up and overlap exactly, combining to create a startlingly strange frequency that immediately makes your brain feel very weird. Nice to meet you both. Sophie mentioned that there are a lot of rules set by returning campers, like who sleeps, where, and whatnot. See, Ella, I told you. Alright, Dad, I promise you it's not sentimental. I left some diagnostic equipment behind at the end of last summer, and I wanted to make sure it was still in working order. Ella taps on her wristwatch, and there is an audible whirring from under one of the bunk beds. I thought it would be rather rude to ask anyone else to endure sleeping directly above one of Ella's experiments, but we're almost done with that for now. Experiments? Directly under our beds? Viper mentioned something about you two being something of a pair of sci-fi with kids. I believe the phrase genius camp dropouts was tossed around. I don't think it counts if you drop out on account of being too smart. A few years ago, our parents tried to send us to a special science camp for high-performing students, but we took issue with the curriculum. Essentially, it boils down to this. Don't call it space camp if you're not going to at least try to get to space. We were T-3- when they scuttled our mission. You built a rocket to space and then tried to launch it? Rockets are so last century. We built a space elevator. So then what are you doing here at Camp W? Our parents decided we were doing enough calculations throughout the rest of the year. Now we use the summers for a different kind of study. You must unlearn what you have learned. Yoda said that. That just about clears it up for me. That clears up nothing for you, and it certainly doesn't explain the whirring sound. Then what's under the bed? I could tell you, but you wouldn't understand. This place has a secret. Every summer we'll learn a little bit more about it, but we still haven't cracked it yet. I've been running all kinds of measurements over the past year, and they just don't add up. It's as if... No, this will sound crazy. It's as if Camp W is at the exact center of the universe. Sure, I'd say that sounds crazy, but then again, I've been accused of saying some crazy things myself. In just the past hour, I've captured some incredible phenomena. But most of our tech is out at the old Camp W radio tower, KCWW. We should know more tomorrow. Phenomena in the past hour. Could it be us? Before anyone can see you start to sweat, a loud bell rings somewhere across camp. I might be new to this camp, but I think I can tell a lunch bell when I hear one, and I am famished. When you get to the dining hall, there's a small clump of campers stationed at the front door. A trio of boys push and shove, jockeying for the front position. Like some kind of human nesting dolls, the boys share a similar style but come in 3 different sizes: small, medium, and large. Further inside the room, someone shouts, "Incoming!" Just then, small climbs up on largest back and leaps into the air. A high-speed tether tot zips through the air and straight into the airborne boy's mouth. When he lands, high fives await. That was clearly aimed at me, but you know what? I'm not even mad. That was sweet. Dude, such precision, such grace. You're like a flipping goose or something. He doesn't have a hand, it seems. Graceful like a goose? Yeah, like one of them fancy white lady gooses. Dude, are you talking about a swan? Do you think swans are fancy lady geese? Whatever, I was just saying it was graceful is all. I learned from the best. My dog Scoot can catch a flying disc from like a mile away. I've been studying his moves all spring. Bros. Blake, Miles, and Miller. Thrill-seeking threesome of fist bump aficionados. Okay. They seem to be quite lively. Just you wait and see. I won't miss a thought all summer. Psh, you know Norm takes it easy on the first day. Don't get cocky, dude. If you take a thought in your good eye, you have to catch the rest by smell. Heads up. Another tater tot comes flying, like a ballistic head-seeking spud missile. This time it's Blake's turn to show off. He does a mouth open for a 60-degree spin, catching the tot along the way. If you show off your best moves on the first day, how do you expect to top yourselves? You know there's more where this came from, Norm. Watch I got, Miles, a backflip? Is this the cook? Norm, a master of supple and complex culinary tactics. Yum, the chef of the summer camp. Geez, why do I get all the pressure? 'Cause I know you can take it. You finally catch a glimpse of the source of these flying mystery thoughts. It's the camp cook. To base it on his size, you wonder if somebody drew a face on a refrigerator as a practical joke. Standing in front of a tray of thoughts, he loads one up on his spatula, winds up, and flings it in a huge arc across the entire room. Think fast. A thought hurtles your way, so fast you're almost positive that it's trailing tiny flames. Miles, standing perfectly still, catches a hot thought with his eye closed, not quite as acrobatically impressive as the other two. Oh, call that fast? Whoa! Miles has somehow caught the thought exactly between his teeth. He turns around to make sure Everyone notices, with his bro slapping him on the back the whole time. Fluffy armpits, Baba, I did not even notice. And I know why you notice it. You are hairy, so you like them hairy men? I guess. Maybe? Maybe not? Okay. Showboating on the first day of camp. Clearly you three are underestimating how much faster a reconstituted clump of shredded potato is capable of flying. Baba does see her or fur, and he instantly notices that. But you will learn, how you will come to know the power of my potato pitch. Now the king of fling demands another tribute. The Sultan of Spud, Lord of the Lounge. You look next to you for Sophie to confirm if the spoons are as ridiculous as they seem, but she's currently preoccupied, using you as cover. Towards the back of the line, Sid has arrived, an oversized grin on his face, as he observes your predicament. Coming at ya, new kids? Norm is loading up his next volley and looks at you, a mischievous twinkle in his eye. There's no time for you to escape. You close your eyes, lower your head, and take a deep, dramatic breath. The entire dining hall goes silent. You got this, newbie. Norm's an excellent shot, so you just have to stand still. Don't overthink it. A human-sized spoon with a mouth hole carved into it could probably catch one. Oh, this calls for a bit of magic. I'm not the food catching type. I got this thought. But that might technically be considered cannibalism, which is a horrible thing to force upon any potato, even a giant one. That being said, I'm not sure if that would actually count as eating. For a vegetable to turn cannibal, you'd probably have to grind the thought up and bury it in the soil above a potato sprout. What's going on? If I catch it, will you stop calling me newbie? Probably not. 3. Does he always count it down like this? Only for new kids. 2. This isn't how that other kid lost his eye, is it? Funny you should ask. 1. It is. Just kidding, or am I? Toss away! Norm launches a tater tot across the room. He has tossed it with a forgiving arc, adding a little extra time for you to prepare. You square up your feet, focus your eyes on the incoming projectile, and open your mouth. Hop! You got this. The tater tot glimmers as it passes through a ray of sunlight, and for a brief, beautiful moment, you're convinced that it's all going to work out. And then a hot tater tot smacks you in the cheek and bounces off your face onto the floor. You stand silently marked with an oily badge of failure. The bros chuckle at your less than totally awesome performance. Sid meanwhile tosses you a napkin. You get it next time, newbie. Norm tips his chef hat at you. You feel silly, but it seems like you're earned at least one other camper's respect, so that's something. You decide to capture the moment with a quick sketch in your grimoire. Oh, we're making sketches. Is that it? Having weathered the storm of your first ever tater tot crucible in your own way, you grab a tray of food, feeling like a true camp, whoopee witchy camper. With new friends sitting on either side of you, you enjoy a delicious grilled cheese sandwich like a normal kid. You know you can't stay all summer, but it's fun to imagine what it would be like to really be one of them. I mean, the melt cheese between slices of fried bread and call it lunch. It's not hard to imagine. It'd be great. After lunch, your camp couple, your bunkmates, head outside and gather up in front of camp center. You follow along to see what happens next. By now you've met most of the other campers your age, or at least seen them perform food-based stunts. But you do notice one new face attacking to a boy, attacking to a leash. You were unaware that humans kept other humans as pets. What? Are you going to keep me shackled up like this all summer? I want to see to my parents. You got here 5 minutes ago, Wilfred, and I'm not the one who put this thing on you. They did. Oh my god, he's crying. Honestly, I'm just waiting to be sure your folks are gone so that I can take it off. It gives me the creeps. The boy looks beyond harmless, clutching a stuffed teddy bear, fresh tears drying on his cheeks. Wilfred, deceptively devious considering his short stature. Oh, I see. Mommy! I told you she's gone. Look, you can see her car driving off in the distance. She is. Wilfred peers off in the distance to see if she's being told the truth. Just off on the horizon, a purple minivan kicks up one final cloud of dust as it disappears from view. Oh, she is. Well, I'm sure she's going to turn around and come back for me any second. Any second. The dust on the edge of camp dissipates, it's clear that no one is coming back. Wilfred wipes away his tears and straightens up. Another summer on my own, huh? At least I've got Teddy. Then he pops the head off his Teddy, exposing a secret compartment, and reaches elbow deep into his body. He pulls out a kid-sized survival knife and slices off his toddler tether. I can't believe they keep trying with that thing. Honestly, neither can I. You've really got them fooled. Some of us are just born with it, I guess. With everyone finally ensembled, Piper pipes up. Usually on the first day, they like us to do some kind of icebreaker so that you can all get to know the newcomers. I have a list of games where we go around the circle and make up rhymes about the things we like, or give our favorite animals and colors, stuff like that. But I forgot it back at the bank, and besides we only have 2 newcomers, Sophia and the other one. Hi, So we're gonna skip it and head straight to our first activity. Either music and dance, sports or archery. You, Nuki, just pick an activity and let's get this show on the road. Actually, my name is... Hey, we ain't got time for your life story. Just pick an activity and let's get this show on the road. Oh, so mean. Sophie has taken up a post directly behind you, letting you act as her shynest child. Technically, you are newer than me to this camp by about 30 minutes. If you don't choose soon, this afternoon activity will turn into a nighttime activity, and I promise you that it's not easy to hit one of those archery targets in the dark. Oh, let's go with music and dance. You follow some of the other campers into the music hut where Sid greets you and heads out scripts. What's this? This is my masterpiece. For years, I've been crafting my very own rock opera, and now it's finally finished, with some help from Piper. Okay, cinnamon buns. I'm gonna stop the stream here because I wanna resume slowly, as I was quite absent for quite a while, okay? So, save this. Please don't leave just yet. We're gonna... Oh, wait. Okay, save one, it's gonna be. I'm gonna read someone and still I wanna share some little news regarding my project, so... Okay, we did save. Don't leave just yet, Sino. The fox is still here. Okay, so, as I was mentioning, I did share some news on my Discord server as of recently. So, first things first, I decided I won't be awaiting all of the commissions to be done, the ones that I placed, or the ones that I'm actually still not able to place for my Live 2D debut of the actual model of this alt version of mine. Gyepi alt, it is called, like this design, but the actual Live 2D model, the biggie one. The one that I did reveal it already, I think 2 years ago, but did not manage to use just yet. So, as they're taking quite a time for the alerts, and still I cannot afford some of the little thingies I wanted to showcase during the debut, I am planning to start using it with no actual debut. As in, first thing is I have to stop the device for the tracking, because as I mentioned, my phone's battery melted, so I have to use something different. Right now I'm using an actual camera, but it's not goody, because its position doesn't track properly the eyes, and I want it to be tracked properly because the rigging there is just outstanding. And as you can see, the splash model does not have any pupils, so it's not an issue here. Yeah. So, I would use the model straight away once I stop the tracking device and whatnot is needed to be set, and I'll start using it. But about the actual debut, I'm gonna have it later on when I can afford all of the things that I wanted to get. So I won't be changing the background music, so I won't reveal the new one. I do have emotes already set up, and perhaps I think once the alerts to arrive, I will set them up. But yeah, for the debut there will be many new things that you still did not see. But you will see my actual model first, before the debut. On the debut you will hear a bit of my lore, of the original Gyepi, how she is linked to this alt version of mine, the story of the alt Gyepi, and whatnot information. as well as the background music. The new background music of mine will be revealed and used, as well as new alerts and some other news. So that's it for the live 2D model. Second news is I'm actually currently looking for another moderator, as we don't have currently a single one, to help my dear Rin covering the chat moderation. I did set up an announcement on my Discord server, so you can find it over there, the information and whatnot, and check it out yourselves. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed my stream. I believe it was quite comfy as a game. I was enjoying it a lot, and we're gonna see each other very soon. I believe tomorrow I'm busy most of the day, so I'm not sure if I'll be streaming it tomorrow evening. I'll see what I can do. And my streams won't be as regular this week because we are like more or less on vacation. Baba is actually, so I'm trying to spend some time with this fluffy fat kitty. So I'll be streaming as much as I can, but perhaps not every single day is what I mean, okay? You still can get the notification on my Discord server and on Twitter in case you follow me to know when I'm gonna stream. I don't have any schedule, as mentioned before, so it's gonna be a last minute update, as usually. So, I hope you enjoyed your stream and that you will enjoy the rest of your day, afternoon, Gyepi morning, or whatever it is working the best for you. And now we're gonna raid someone. Please to stay for the raid. Here's the raid message to spam it away, keep your raid for Gyepi day, so that the streamer whom are we gonna raid will have a Gyepi day for themselves. A very Gyepi day. Let's bring over positive energy. So, let me check who is streaming, and we're gonna have the raid happen, okay? Okay. So let's see. I have to wait a tiny bit for the ads to be finished on their channels. I think I'm gonna check out some VTubers that I'm not actually following just yet. Someone new. Please do give me a moment. Want to rate someone comfy enough to take forward the comfy vibes we have here. So okay. I did find whom to raid, so goody. It's a cat artist VTuber who is actually drawing cats right now. Catception it is. So, spam away, keep your raid for Gyepi day so that they will have a Gyepi day for a Gyepi time. And we're gonna see each other very soon, either tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. Thank you for stopping by, Cinnamons. Let's begin the raid. Take care, get something to drink, get some food. Self-care is important. Don't forget to stay hydrated these days as it's quite hot, at least over here. And see you next time. Bye bye!